Good day, viewers, and welcome back to the Tourismus Namibia broadcast. I am Precious Nitanapo, your presenter for today, alongside Jemima Ndibele.
Hello there, my name is Jemima Ndibele, and today we will be taking you on a tour of Namibia through our three segments, namely topics, destinations, and to the point.
Up next, we have topics, so let's have a look at that. It's time for topics, and first up in topics today, we have a look at Zinfeng as they retain their mining license. Now, the lithium miner Zinfeng took Namibia's mines minister Tom Alwendo to court after he cancelled the company's mining license. Now, there has been a lot of controversy going on this, but Jemima, what is your take on the matter?
I think it is quite interesting. I mean, looking at the sequence of events that have led up to this controversy, especially after Judge Roman Mastor stated that the Minister of Mines did not have the right to revoke the license unless he approached the courts for it. Mastor then awarded the cost for the court case to Minister Alwendo to pay. However, it is not a complete victory for Zinfeng, as Mastor found that the miner will have to answer to prima facie allegations that he committed fraud with the initial application for the license.
Definitely, the issue will be dealt with as the case continues, but I definitely think that the minister's efforts to stop this lithium miner was in the interest of the public. Then this came after a suspicious amount of lithium was transported outside of the country. So I think this decision was made after, realizing this, and he just wanted to react as fast as he possibly could.
Exactly. So I think with that being said, our head should be we should take our heads off to the minister for acting on the interest of the public.
Yeah.
Because it lays the precedent that you're not allowed to basically use and misuse the licensing that you get.
Yeah, I know they're also looking into how he obtained his license. So there's a lot going on. As much as the lithium miner won this case now, there is still ongoing investigations happening. But that is it for the first topic. Up next, we have a look at Gondwana's new Namibia to Go transport services. Gondwana's new transport service, Namibia to Go, which was launched last week, now offers travelers the opportunity to see one of the 7 wonders of the world, the very famous Victoria Falls.
Travelers can board Gondwana's Go to early in the morning at 7 and 8 o'clock respectively, and at the Zambezi Mubala camp south of Katima Mulilo, at the Chobe River camp near the Goma border. Then follows a trip to the falls, after which 3 hours are spent at the world famous falls.
I must say, I must take my hat off to Gondwana for actually introducing these transport services, which just makes it a little bit easier for tourists in the country and, of course, outside of the country to move around freely. We did speak earlier about the hassle of driving on the other side of the road.
Exactly. One doesn't want to spend their holiday having to learn a new skill, you know what I mean? So I think in that regard, Gondwana is definitely pushing when it comes to efficiency and convenience for their clientele.
And I think the Namibia to Go transport services applies not only for the specific trip to the Victoria Falls, but also for other parts of, the country where tourists are visiting. They are more than welcome to stop by and make use of this service, considering that they visit Gondwana's lodges and so forth.
And it really allows you to explore the country without the hassle of having to rent a car or even fuel up one.
Yeah.
So definitely look that out if you are then interested in seeing one of the 7 wonders of the world. Well, shall we head into our next topic?
Yes, so our next topic, we discuss the free visa between China and Namibia.
China and Namibia will soon operationalize the agreement of visa-free travel between the two countries. The Minister of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security, Albert Kawana, says the free visa agreement between China and Namibia is anticipated to boost the tourism sector and business. What do you think, especially since the bilateral relationship between China and Namibia is in such a good position right now?
I definitely think it's a good one, but I did see that from the Namibian side there is some concern, considering that they feel like it might increase the influx of Chinese into the country. But they did mention, Kawana told Parliament that the agreement is only limited to travelers staying for 30 days or in transport or in transit, apologies, while persons intending to stay longer than that for work, studies, or any other purposes will have to apply for visas prior. So that just puts down any concerns from the public side in regards to the influx of Chinese coming into the country. Other than that, I definitely think it's a good insight from the ministry side.
Well, I think with that being said, we should then put the fear of xenophobia and the xenophobic attacks as a result of this agreement to rest.
Yeah, definitely. But that brings us to the end of topics. Up next, we have destinations.
Warm up your winter with the hottest deals at WB. Get 500 gram Rama margarine for $23.99, 1 kilogram jungle oats for $36.99, 2 liter Namilk or Maere for $42.99, 900 gram Harvest Time mixed veggies for $27.99, plus Huggies value packs for just $169.99. Beat the chill and save more at Woermanbrock. We care.
While in destinations, we'll start off by exploring the beautiful Ongwari Bakery located in Omaruru.
The Ongwari Cafe is situated in the middle of the beautiful Omaruru with a peaceful garden setting behind the Ongwari Pharmacy right opposite Spar. Founded by the dynamic duo Johan and Annelie Nell, this delightful culinary destination promises a dining experience like no other. What started as a small personal kitchen has flourished into a renowned cake and tea bistro, now transformed into a full-fledged garden restaurant. If you find yourself traveling from other parts of the country and making a stop through Omaruru, I think the Cafe Bistro Bakery is definitely a place to stop. But at first, let's have a look at the video.
Hi, we are here at the Ongwari Cafe in the lovely town of Omaruru. It's lovely here under the shaded trees. And we're going to chat to Johan Nell. He and his wife, Annelie Nell, are the owners here, but Johan recently started with a bakery. Johan, tell me, why did you start with a bakery? Because I think it's very brave.
Yeah, we all thought it's a brave step, Laumari. In Omaruru, there is no old school bakery anymore for many years. I grew up in Omaruru and it was always nice to go to the bakery, buy fresh bread. I can remember for my grandma, I had to cycle all the way from that side of town all the way to the other to get some bread in the mornings or in the afternoons. And years it was at the Dampfbakkerei in the top of town, in the Otjiwarongo side of town. And it was just inspirational to know that, you know, there's nothing like that in town anymore. And we're baking a lot for Ongwari here and, you know, doing cakes and doing all our own things and confections. So we decided to start to bake this side as well. So I started to bake at home, and my wife was later on quite displeased with me because I changed our small kitchen into a complete bakery. And we then started in the beginning of January in the red building behind us to do our baking there. Yay. So we moved everything from the bakery at home and we brought it this side, and then we started to expand the selection a bit to be more than just the cakes that we normally do for the bakery or for the cafe itself. And then we started to make sourdough breads, we do seeded loaves, we do bretchens every day, normal German bretchens, which the people love, and we do a rye bread, and then on Fridays is our special day, then we do also French croissants. So every other day we do baguettes and we do ciabattas, so we love doing the baking here. Started the sourdough baking journey about a year ago when the chocha bit me. I really wanted to be able to bake these beautiful breads that you see on TV and you see on YouTube, the beautiful things that they make. And me, not being completely a baker but more of a cook, I decided to try it out. And I went to Miss Google and I started to work according to what she explained. It took me probably 3 or 4 months to work through a system to try and advanced myself to a point that I can say, okay, this I can actually sell now. My family was sick and tired of me for all the bread that they had to taste and the bread that they had to eat. My wife later on said, you're making me fat, you should stop that. But then we got over the notch, and I started to train another lady to work with me. And she's helping me a lot with all the baking stuff. So it's a brilliant project to train someone to help and to run. And we do a program during the week so that we don't need to start every day at 5. So we work everything through the day. We refrigerate everything at night, because I believe that bread, I found and believe that bread that stays overnight has got a better maturity. So it's very nice taste, nice flavor, and a nice crust to them all.
Tell me, who buys your bread?
The community of Omaruru is actually excellent. They were really very supportive in all of this bread making journey. In small towns you always have the same lot doing the same things, but the support of the town of Omaruru has really been great. We get people driving through Omaruru who comes to buy a lot from us. We also sell at a local store here in town, so that we also get it distributed in a different angle. A lot of it we use ourselves, so if you come to us, you can have a filled croissant, or you can have a filled breadchen, or you can have a filled seeded loaf, or a white or a brown bread, as you wish. So that's what we use it for, and everybody comes and they're welcome to buy it.
Do you use a special flour?
There are two things that we do that makes our bread special. The first is that we buy whole corn. And that corn we put through a stone mill, and within 72 hours of milling it, we bake with that. So we'll mill it tonight, and tomorrow morning we'll do the baking with that. And the other thing that we do is we support locally, so we buy locally from local farmers the corn, and we also support Nama mills.
Wonderful. Johan, thank you so much for your time, and I wish you all the luck with your bakery.
While exploring more centrally, we will then be looking at soul foods, which is an authentic Korean cuisine with mouth-watering meals, generous portions, and quality ingredients. This local takeout spot is the place where soul foods dreams come true, and fast casual Korean restaurant that serves your favorite Korean comfort foods with a modern twist. It is the perfect opportunity to explore new dishes that you never knew you needed. All the ingredients are fresh and ready to leave a soulful impression. Let's take a look at the video.
Hi there, my name is Jireen Yu, and this is my father, Song Kyo Yu. We are the chefs of Soul Food Windhoek. So a little bit of history about Soul Food. Back in 1986, my grandmother came from Seoul to come open up a restaurant here in Namibia, in Windhoek. And we had it for about 10 years' time, where my father took over that time. After we had closed it, after the 10 years, we went to South Africa. We were there for a bit, and then we decided to come back here once we realized there was no more, there was no Korean restaurant up here yet or since. And we decided to open up a restaurant or a takeaway in Swakop, called it Soul Food. And now we have recently opened up a restaurant here in Windhoek as well. Okay, so yeah, we are happy at the moment. It's been going good for us. We're quite happy to bring the Korean cuisine and the Korean culture to the Namibian people. We have been looking forward to it, of course, and yeah, it's been going good so far. We have quite a diverse menu now of a lot of traditional Korean dishes. We have had quite a few Korean people come here as well, and they have given us some commendations on our Korean food, so we believe that our family recipes are true to the Korean culture. Okay, so our most popular ones at the moment here in Windhoek will be our beef bulgogi. This is always a popular one. Also in Swakopmund has been a popular one. That is a sweet savory beef dish, served out with vegetables and served with steamed rice. Our bibimbap has also now become quite popular. It is a rice bowl with a variety of sauteed vegetables, and also comes with the meat of your choice, with chili paste on top and an egg. The idea is to mix it all together and then eat it. It's really good. My favorite Korean dish would probably be sam. We do not have that yet. So sam is a type of dish that one eats as almost like a parcel that you make out of lettuce, and then you add some rice, you add some pork, some kimchi, and you also add some doenjang. It's a bean paste, and then you make a parcel out of it and you eat it whole. It's very nice. We will still be planning to implement that in our restaurant as well. Okay, so we only have a takeaway in Swakopmund at the moment. We started off as a takeaway, just to get a feel of how it will be going. But we have had a positive feedback from our clients, so we might consider opening a restaurant there as well. But we are temporarily closed in Swakopmund now. Our takeaway is temporarily closed while we are busy here trying to settle here. It is really mainly family recipes, and also of course the ingredients as well. We do have authentic Korean ingredients that we do import, and it's Korean ingredients, so that really brings the flavor that one will find familiar if you go to Korea and you try it there as well. You will have the same flavor profile as you have with the dishes here. For first time, I can definitely recommend one of our main dishes. That will be either our beef bulgogi, our duck bulgogi, or our jayu bulgogi. That one will not be too hard for anyone to not enjoy. It's quite enjoyable. A lot of people can enjoy it. It's very nice. We do of course have some dishes that do require a bit more of an experienced palate. One of the main ones is kimchi. So kimchi is a very popular side dish, well known around the world. So kimchi is a type of fermented Napa cabbage, so it's cabbage, Napa cabbage that you cut up and you blend it with spices, Korean spices, and it goes through a fermentation process for about 2 weeks. Once it goes through a fermentation process, it's filled with probiotics, which is good for the gut and all that. It's a very popular Korean dish, but it does have a bit of a pungent smell, so you do need to be quite adventurous or have a experienced palate to enjoy it.
Well, that does bring us to the end of destinations. We stopped by the Ongwari Bakery in Omaruru, as well as Soul Food Restaurant in Windhoek. Actually quite nice to finally have a Korean restaurant. I know they moved from Swakopmund. They were based in Swakopmund at first. And the residents of Swakopmund are not too happy that they're in Windhoek now. But I can say that the Windhoekers are definitely happy to have them here.
Well, let's read right into our last segment, which is To the Point.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouth-watering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
Welcome back. It's time for To The Point, and today in To The Point we have a look at the Intra-Africa MSME and Township Economy Expo. The Discover Namibia Intra-Africa Township Economy Expo, organized by the Africa Economic Leadership Council and the Africa Tourism Group, is a continuation of the Council's mission to boost township and rural economies. Now, this is currently taking place all the way in the coast, but I definitely think it's a great platform to also just allow small businesses to grow, and also just to show how they can expand and attract more tourists, considering that it's also a coastal town where this expo is currently taking place.
Definitely, and I think it's a perfect opportunity to facilitate the exchange of knowledge between entrepreneurs and well-established people stakeholders within the industry, as well as also a networking opportunity for participants as well.
Definitely.
And also the fact that they're also paying close attention to the township economy is amazing, because I think that is often overlooked in terms of business development and stuff.
So I think a lot of growth can come from this expo, and there's a lot of learning that can happen. But let's have a look at that video.
And felicitations from His Excellency the President, Dr. Hage Chikenko. As we all know, who is recovering well after undergoing a minor aortic procedure on Friday, the 9th of June, 2023. We continue to uphold our President in prayer for a complete recovery. I equally take this opportunity to thank His Excellency the President for according me the honor to represent him at this occasion and deliver this keynote address in his stead. I also wish to express my sincere gratitude and commendations to the organizers and to the partners for convening this timely forum, and to all of you who have traveled from near and far for gracing this event. We are gathered here as business and government leaders, entrepreneurs, investors, experts, and bureaucrats to exchange views and ideas along the theme of unlocking intra-African trade opportunities for MSMEs, township, and grassroots economies. The African Union theme for 2023 shines the spotlight on the theme on accelerating implementation of the AFCFTA, which echoes the continental consensus that the future of Africa lies in greater investment and intra-Africa trade. Just last week, from the 22nd to the 23rd, the government of the Republic of Namibia, under the auspices of the Ministries of Trade and the Ministry of Youth and Sport, convened the SADC Regional Consultation Meeting on the Continental Free Trade Area Agreement and its protocols for women and youth in trade, and digital trade and e-commerce. I believe both these forums share the same objective of promoting equitable outcomes by ensuring that our young people and women trading as MSMEs in our townships and rural economies are not left behind, and this is now in the spirit of Harapé, as exposed by His Excellency the President. These interventions by government and the private sector are necessary. They champion and domesticate the transformational opportunity of reaching one single African market in our lifetime, particularly for young people and women to take full advantage of the opportunities presented through the implementation of the African Free Trade Area Agreement. Our nation and continent at large will be able to overcome developmental challenges to attain the Africa that we want. When we uphold the principles of inclusivity and unity of purpose, by pulling together towards a common goal of shared prosperity. Director of Proceedings, much has been done since independence by the Namibian government to rectify the inherent dilemma of inequality and underdevelopment of the majority of our people, and to achieve more broad-based economic participation. Notwithstanding the significant strides made on the governance pillar, socio-economic deficits still persist. Too many of our people continue to face the scourge of poverty and economic exclusion daily. Young people are searching for a way out from economic hardship and vulnerability towards economic inclusion and empowerment. The status quo cannot continue, and therefore government will continue to address structural imbalances hindering the economic aspirations of our young population. Namibia currently has a large parallel informal economy, which is estimated to be larger than the mainstream economy. The COVID-19 pandemic, cycles of drought and flooding, among other independent intervening variables, have contributed to the falling employment in key industries such as agriculture, tourism and hospitality, and manufacturing. To create new pathways for growth and employment creation, Government is pioneering a new synthetic fuels industry with green hydrogen as its derivative. This historic project is the largest foreign direct investment in our country's recent history and has the potential to create thousands of jobs, thousands of new jobs, thousands of new businesses for our young people, directly and indirectly. I must also add, it will require new skill sets. We will not enter this new industry with the old skill set. This is a skills scarce industry, and young people will have to upskill themselves going forward.
Well, that does bring us to the end of our Tourism Namibia broadcast edition for this week. From Jemima and I, it was topics, destinations, and to the point, Jemima.
From us, it is until next week.